Was mankind planted here by aliens? That is what we're going to discuss tonight on Back to Paranormal. Good evening.
Good evening, everybody.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
Good.
You are Marjorie.
I'm Marjorie.
And I'm Brian Mitchell, and welcome to another episode of Back to Paranormal, where we talk about spooky stuff and talk about paranormal stuff, things out of this world. And I'm glad that you look very beautiful tonight.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, good. And I'm very happy about that.
I'm very happy I'm looking at this handsome fella here.
Thank you so much. Yes.
So, yes.
Yeah.
People are talking about were we, in various different degrees, were humans put here by aliens? And I think that it's a question worthwhile entertaining.
Yeah, we should talk about it a little bit.
Because it's a possibility.
Yeah.
As we say.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, what are we drinking tonight? We're having...
okay. Yes, we have a beverage.
Yes.
You told me that we have this loyal contingent following us from Australia, of all places.
That's right.
I didn't see that coming.
Well, we have people from all around the world.
We have people from all over the world, but this is so I wanted to honor our Australian friends. I actually do a very good Australian accent.
Yeah. What kind of beer are we drinking? You can say it in that accent.
Okay, I thought you were gonna Foster's. No.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready? Okay.
Yes.
I laughed so hard I farted.
There you go.
It's terrible.
What was that from?
That's my Australian. Oh, forget it.
Oh, it was great.
We're drinking Foster's beer in honor of our Australian followers from the land down under.
Now, I've never had Have you had Foster's before?
No, I've not. So I couldn't think of any. I mean, I don't know what they drink down there.
I know. Well, we're going to try it today, and it's hey, the commercials are all over the TV for years, and I've never had it.
It's Australian for beer.
It is. So here we go. And we got special mugs today. What are these?
Frosty, cold mugs, copper.
Copper mugs.
Yeah.
Okay. Special for the occasion here. So here we go.
It right.
Okay. You want to do the countdown, or shall I?
You do it.
Okay. This is for Adrian. 3, 2, 1.
Boop.
Boop. Wow, that was a clunk.
It was a clunker.
Here we go.
All right.
That is beer.
It's beer.
What do you think?
I feel like I have a mustache of foam.
There's a lot of foam in this one.
It's good. It's nice and cold.
It's nice and cold. It's not sweet.
Super crisp.
It's not really sweet beer, right?
It's not a sweet beer.
And I like that.
I'm glad you like it.
I like beer
darling.
that just mans up, and it's just a beer. So there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're Mr. Manly.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. I like being called manly.
You are.
Anyway, all right. So we are here, and we're gonna talk about the possibility. Now, I want to start off here. My father had this theory. My father passed away about 16 years ago now. And but he talked about this, and he was fascinated with UFOs, and aliens and stuff like that.
But he was also fascinated with history. So
definitely,
it goes together.
It goes together. But he had a theory that mankind was not of this planet; that we were planted here because we were kind of a violent people. And we were kind of separated and put on this planet to see if we could actually get along together. And if you think about it, I don't think we've gotten along very well. All these different nations over time just battling each other year after year after year. And so, when he came up with that theory, I was like, it would make a lot of sense. How do you feel about that?
I do think that makes a lot of sense. And when did he start to espouse this beliefs? Was it the 60s, the 50s?
I think it was the 70s, and I think we went to see a movie which I think they talk about this. It's from a book, and this gentleman is actually the person who wrote this book was on Ancient Aliens. He had him on a number of times.
Oh, Chariots of
the Gods. Yes.
What's that guy's name?
I can't think of his name. I could look it up.
I'm going to look it up because he deserves acknowledgement.
He deserves a mention. I don't know if he's still around, but he's been on that show and he talks about it.
He's like Austrian or German. Or
I think he's European. So well, that narrows it down, doesn't it? Anyway, he basically they did this movie based off of the book, and I saw that movie with my dad back in the early '70s. And it was a very, very interesting movie, and I was really kind of, I guess, frightened by it.
Yeah, Eric Von Daniken.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I was affected by it. I mean, I saw it, and I was just like, and I kind of took that home with me. I know my dad was kind of fascinated with that. Yeah. A lot of people have been fascinated with it. Jackie Gleason was fascinated with. A lot of people don't know this, but he was really. A guy into the paranormal. He had a big interest in that, and I think his home in upstate New York was kind of modeled after a UFO ship. Like if you had
a flying saucer house.
Yeah, it's really bizarre. It's really bizarre. Jackie Gleason of all people. Yeah. So, but anyway, I just remember seeing that movie and just being kind of spooked by it because it was floating all these theories around.
I would like to see that movie.
Yeah, we probably should have watched it before we.
Oh, I didn't realize there was a movie. I thought it was just a book. I didn't realize it.
No, it was a book, and they made a movie out of it. I'm sure it's available. I'm sure.
Okay,
it's
so like a movie
streaming.
with like actors, or like a documentary.
It's like a documentary style. It's like watching Ancient Aliens.
Yeah.
But much shorter than the length of that show. That's like 3,000 seasons already. So,
and Giorgio Tsoukalos's hair just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
And while all the other guests, their hair is getting smaller and smaller.
Yeah. You must have something.
Yeah, some super alien gene or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how do you feel about all this? About being planted here?
I understand why someone who lived through, a major war would start to think that way.
Yeah.
You have, creationists, obviously, and those are the, faithful. And then you have Darwinists,
Right.
And and now you have people who believe in it's scientifically referred to as panspermia.
Right.
Meaning but what your father's talking about is something completely different.
Yeah, he's talking about
because he was traumatized by a couple wars, actually, big wars.
Yeah.
And
Korean War and World War II.
But which I can understand.
Yeah.
And seeking some kind of answer for all of this. I don't refute what your father believes.
Right.
But I love my soul, and I know that it's eternal, and I will go back to, Lord willing, I will go back to God one day.
Oh, absolutely.
But I do love this earth. I absolutely. Why would they give us such a beautiful place to live? Wouldn't they be like, oh, they'll just muck that up too?
Yeah. No, there's beauty in this planet. There's a lot of beauty every day.
Every day.
It's
a blessing to live here.
Just because, and I know there are going to be people out there that are going to say, oh, no, I believe that we were, we came from this planet and, we're from God and all that. But in reality, aliens would be from God too.
True.
There is this thing. There is this thinking that we were engineered by aliens and then put here too. That's another theory, right? Mm-hmm. That, they're just observing, seeing how we kind of do things,
Yes, and, I mean, this alien element to, we didn't come from apes, we didn't come from Adam and Eve, because chromosomally, how does that, the math doesn't math on that, right? Okay.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But we did come from aliens. But that idea has many, many different iterations, and your father's iteration is sensitive, and it is. I like to think about it. I had this discussion once with one of my brothers, and he said, because I said, I can't, it's mathematically impossible that there is not other life.
Right.
We already know of 280 billion galaxies. Those are the ones we know in the universe. So the fact that there's people saying there is not other life, even a woman I knew who was high up at IBM says the math doesn't add up. There is absolutely other life from elsewhere. And so I was discussing this with my brother, and I said, and I do believe that they visit us. Because there's just too many people who have these experiences.
Right.
And he said, I believe that too, but I think that it's us.
Us visiting ourselves.
Yes.
Because every day that goes by, there is more and more, time-bending experiments that are happening.
Yes.
And the fact that you can go into outer space and time moves slower in outer space than it does here, right? So, I mean, things are being done every day. There's always a new experiment. Seems like everything, because of AI, everything is basically kind of getting multiplied. Things are getting faster. Things are being discovered quicker.
Yeah.
And so, is that a possibility? Yeah, I think that's also a possibility that we may be actually just visiting ourselves from years back.
From elsewhere.
Yeah, or years forward. I'm sorry, years forward.
One thing that's very interesting is that when astronauts go into space, suddenly their circadian rhythm adjusts and stays at not a 24-hour cycle, but a 24.9-hour cycle.
Ah, you noted that.
And that is
Mars.
That is the circadian rhythm of the planet Mars.
Right.
And
now that's another theory.
Yes.
That we're actually, years ago they used to talk about Martians, right? The Martians are coming down. They're coming down. They're gonna,
Yeah.
And the thing here is that whole theory is that years and years, thousands of years ago, we came from the planet Mars. And because Mars basically has the elements of life on it. It has like the building blocks. Yeah. So anyway, I find that very interesting that we here could be the product of a dying civilization on Mars, and basically this was the next habitable planet. And I think that's quite interesting. So.
Well, and one other thing that I do think that's interesting about Mars is our government cracked down. They always call it the red planet, and they generate images from their recon, of Mars. They generate images that are all red,
Right.
meaning, verboten, angry, dead. It once was alive and it is not.
Right.
But then the Indian government came out with the real colors of Mars.
Yes, and what is that?
They shut it down.
Really? So what do you know? Do you know what the colors were?
Butterscotch, golden brown, tan. So
I love butterscotch.
I love butterscotch.
I love the flavor of butterscotch.
I do too.
Yeah.
So earth tones,
Yeah.
blues and greens.
Wow.
So what they quote end quote
Right.
are telling you that it's that got clamped down so fast.
Wow.
Yep.
That's crazy.
It really is crazy.
What else are they clamping down about?
Well, what's on the dark side of the moon? Mining rights on the moon. I mean,
Yeah, years ago, people thought that the moon was made of cheese. I mean, some ridiculous.
the Earth was flat.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, I do. And Mars has weather systems like ours and hurricanes like we have, and so. Yeah, I think it's interesting. And there's a gentleman named, I haven't read the book. I haven't read Chariots of the Gods either. So I'm feeling
We'll catch up on that. We'll do that.
I would
we'll watch
really
it.
like to.
I don't think it's going to be anything different than what we know. We probably know more now than when that movie came out, because that gentleman has been on that show. So there's so many things that have come through on Ancient Aliens, and I don't know if some of that stuff is accurate, like 100% accurate. I'm sure there's some, there's definitely some theories that are being thrown out, because everything is basically ancient alien theories.
It did everything for us because
Yeah.
we were too stupid to figure out how to,
Right.
lay a fire.
Right.
I mean, I don't buy in. I love the show. I absolutely love Ancient Aliens.
I love the show, but
and I love the enthusiasm,
Yes.
particularly Tsoukalos.
Yeah.
But
right.
I don't think that we needed a helping hand from the celestial beings for every single thing. There is an author named Billy Carson, and he has a lot of books, and one of them is The Epic of Humanity, where he really is looking into really exactly how old technology on Earth really is.
Right.
In Bolivia, there's a place called Pumapunku, and it's way high up in a very high elevation, and it's a monolithic civilization, and the precision with which these stones have been cut and formed to the smoothest ashlar, and the pieces of stone that fit together like keys in a lock.
Right. Plus the weight of them.
And the weight alone, and there's a lot of mystery behind that. They say it dates back to AD, like the 6th century, so like the mid 500s.
Right.
But with that technology, a lot of people are beginning to question that. There are other things that miners all over the world have found down at like the 3 million year mark.
Wow.
In our fossil record, where they have found instruments and tools embedded in the rock,
Right.
where some people believe that is from the planet, that the life that was living on the planet that was Earth before there was this big collision to our now version of Earth.
Wow.
So, I mean, the human Homo sapien, okay?
Yes.
Our earliest kind of known fossil skeletal, remain is, they say, 300,000 years. But then what are they doing finding tools like hammers and axes and mining equipment down at the $3 million year?
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the diamonds.
No. Everybody knows what you're talking about. Yeah.
3 million year strata in the fossil record.
That's interesting, right? I want to make a point about the blocks that were precision cut.
Yeah, Pumapunku.
If those things, they're basically stacking them on top of each other. So, if they are off in any sort of way, you may end up getting, a structure of these blocks that basically kind of lean one way or the other. So they have to be precise, they have to be cut evenly so that they stack evenly. And plus the weight of them.
The weight of them, and also
which at the time, they did not have the wherewithal to lift these big blocks.
And at that elevation, that there isn't the timber, I mean, they had to bring everything.
They had to drag it up there somehow. And, unless you had, Superman doing this stuff, it would virtually be impossible.
Well, that's what I think a lot of people believe from the ancient Sumerian tablets. What they believe the Anunnaki played a hand in, and that they came from the sky.
Okay, now who were they? They were considered gods,
right? They
right?
were considered gods.
Yes.
And they came from the sky.
From the sky. So they were considered basically these supermen from somewhere else.
From elsewhere.
Yeah.
And that there were, kind of human-like-esque, humanoid forms doing their bidding and doing their labor and all of that. And at one point, I do believe that they started to hybrid
Now, how long ago? We're talking about. We're not talking like 20 years ago. We're talking
I
about
think that's about like 3,000 years ago.
over 3,000.
Yeah.
I heard it was much further back.
Really?
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, I think that a lot of these dates for a lot of these ancient technologies are being re-examined.
Re-examined or made up.
Made up, and then,
Yeah.
and then
Right.
once people have a science that's kind of the accepted science of the day, like that's set,
Yeah.
people don't like to go back and muck it up when a new fun fact comes and rears its head.
Yeah.
We recently saw that with COVID. There's so many different
right.
ideas of how to go about
how it came about.
the COVID problem and how it's contracted. And do you mask? Do you not mask? Do you get shot with a vaccine? Do you not get shot with a vaccine?
And how was it created? Was it created in a lab? Did this just come about naturally?
Where its origins exactly? Was it something that was engineered by us? And like your father said,
or did it come from
our
outer
ill
space?
doings.
Yeah.
So people don't like to really upset the apple cart. It's almost as though modern science puts out, and then you better not.
Better not challenge
You
it.
better not challenge.
Yeah, there is something. We've talked about this before in the show, where it's kind of like everybody's trying to fit it into that box. It's like, this is it. We have all the information. It has to fit into this. It has to be that jigsaw piece that fits in, and then all of a sudden they get some new information. Like, apparently, I don't know if this is true or not, but I just heard recently that a discovery of a whole bunch of new solar systems or planets in the galaxy, in the universe, which has blown everybody's mind. And I don't know if that's true. I'll take a look at that later. But there's always something new that comes up that kind of changes everything.
Well, yeah. I mean, back in the day when we believed in the Garden of Eden, and people still do. And that's fine, too, because that actually kind of goes a little bit more in the notion of having been put here by a celestial group of people or being.
Yeah, because it's all of a sudden, okay, bing, and it's like, oh, okay, and these two people are going to populate the world.
And then, and then Darwin comes along and he's saying the most preposterous things. No, we came from apes. Which, I'm pretty sure that people were offended by that, and the guy. Got a lot of flack, But now, if you
there's still apes.
Say,
there's still apes.
Oh, there's wonderful, lots of different types of apes.
Yeah. So why didn't they all evolve? Why it's just like
I think that
it's
it
like
has to do
Harry the ape, Harry the ape, and
to
Henrietta. Yeah, I'm sorry.
The brain to body ratio.
Yeah.
And then there were a certain group of ape that figured how to utilize tools in order to obtain more nutritious food, like bone marrow. And that group, this is what the theory is, and that group evolved and branched off with variations.
There was something that just came through. I don't know if you heard this, but there's a certain store that's selling radioactive shrimp.
What?
You've heard about this, right?
No. Why?
This just came out. There's a big recall on radioactive shrimp. And you didn't hear that?
No, I didn't hear this.
This is recent. This is like today, yesterday, recent. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is how they get to be radioactive. Did they go, were shrimp in an area? They were like, basically, was there... Or was
something was dumped.
Or was this planted by an alien? Was this like alien spacecraft that landed into the ocean? Basically, they were affected by it.
A lot of people believe in USOs.
Oh, yes.
There's a lot of alien activity in our ocean.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I didn't hear about that. Maybe they were radiated.
Maybe they were radiated.
Radiated by
Yeah.
an alien spacecraft.
Yeah.
That's a submarine.
I don't know.
Did you ever see that movie, The Abyss?
Probably.
The Abyss with
Probably.
Ed Harris and.
I'm sure I've seen a lot of movies I don't even know the title of, which, but The Abyss, no, I don't remember that. But anyway, hey, look, anything's possible. I just kind of threw that out there because that's like new news about the radioactive shrimp.
I think that's insane.
Yeah, radiated by a foreign object, or obviously something happened where these things were radiated. So anyway, it's kind of an interesting thing. Well, I
was right. The Sumerian was from 3000 BC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it goes back to 4500 BC, but the real civilized part was 3000 BC.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting.
Yeah. Well,
but you do kind of think we've come so far
in such a short amount of time.
in such a short, and it exponentially speeds up with each year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
how come we're not evolving now? Or are we?
You
are
mean
we
our technologies or our capability, or the way we treat each other, like your father?
Well, we're basically, we're pretty much the same way. We haven't, I'm not that way, but there are people out there that are.
That is true.
And they're, people, you've got these countries that are just destroying other countries.
Bestial.
Yeah. And it's like, you're not working together, I mean, somebody, who said this? Because we were watching something, and they were saying the dream was to have, a united world where you have one federation. It almost sounds like something out of Star Trek.
No, right? That was what we were talking with Mommy last night.
Oh, that's right.
My godfather.
That's right. Okay.
My godfather was a brilliant man, and he had to do some very, very difficult things during World War II. Yeah. And when he realized what he had done, he sadly, this beautiful man, he started to lose his mind. Oh. And he didn't really want to go on anymore. Right. So he wrote an article for, what magazine did she say?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Forbes magazine?
I think, it might have been.
Okay, something like that. I can't say his name because it's my family.
Okay. Some things need to remain private.
Well, he was lovely.
Yes.
But yeah, he did something pretty bad, and didn't know it at the time, but whatever. He wrote his dream that he wished that we could all have this beautiful, peaceful world with one world federation, and it was very beautiful and very idealistic. And he was a genius. He was forget it. He was a phenomenal pilot, and he was a phenomenal human being, and he was extremely well educated and one of my father's dearest friends. But he just wanted to undo. You can't put the Pandora's box once it was opened. You can't, and he wanted to undo it.
You can't unite a world when you can't even unite a nation.
That is true.
And that's something that we should be doing. We should all be standing hand in hand and working for the better good of this of this nation. And that's all I'm going to say about that. That's about as political as I'm going to get.
The planet, No, I know. I don't like to be political either. No. But there's good and there's bad.
It's bad. Yeah.
But I think your father's theory is very interesting. I really would be interested to see that movie, Chariots of the Gods, and I do want to read Billy Carson's book, Epic of Humanity, because that has information in it where life on Earth, it goes way, way, way back. And I do think that a lot of people are subscribing to, okay, we did not come from single cell beings that lived in the water, and then they evolved without intercourse, and they multiplied, and then suddenly they're going out of the water and they're going on land, and and then this walking fish turns into it's a lot for us.
It's a lot, because if that was the case, then everything would be evolving all the time.
Right, we're clearly at a stasis.
Yeah. And so, but this is the thing, and if you think about it, you have two eyes, you have two ears, you have a mouth full of teeth, you have just the senses, just being able to use your hand to pick up something. Okay, all these things have been designed for a reason. Why not just one eye? Why not one eye or like a fly that has like a million eyes, not a million, but you get the idea.
Lots.
Yeah. It's like, why just two eyes, two nostrils, a mouth, two ears, and then two arms, two legs, basically to be able to move around. I mean, there are animals that don't have that. There are amoeba that doesn't have that. And there's all these different miracles with different animals about their ability to do certain things that we can't do, but it serves them.
Yeah. Weren't you telling me? Okay, you were telling me. Not only do you believe that we all are given this sixth sense, but some people follow it more than others.
Right.
I know you and I certainly do.
Yeah.
But that someone wrote that we have more than six.
Yes. Like 32.
32
or more. We only use, we talked about this in The Power of Thoughts, but only 4% of our brain is being used. And somebody wrote on Facebook, they said, oh yeah, you only use like 5% of your brain, and then basically, you got 95% you're not using. But it's like, but your subconscious is basically a big part of that, because you do things every day that you don't think about, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Like, right? So like
drive to work, shower.
Oh, it's just walking.
Yeah.
Because when you're a kid, you got to learn to walk. You got to learn. It's not just learning to walk. It's also your brain retaining that, and because it's basically a balancing act. You're taking one step, and if you don't, catch yourself on the next step, you're going to fall. And so it's a learned activity. But once you learn it, you're not thinking about it.
No, let me tell you, I had years over 10 years ago, but I had a horrible accident, a mountain accident.
And you had basically had to relearn.
I had to relearn all of that, and just having to think about how to walk.
Yeah.
It was so bizarre.
Yeah, isn't it?
I really had to concentrate.
Right.
And people would be walking alongside me, and I'd say to my good friend, I'd be like, Barbara, I can't talk to you right now. I have to think about this.
I got to think about taking that step and taking the next step, and
It was very interesting.
Yeah. But these are things that you do every day. You get up and you just automatically, like if there's an alarm clock, you just hit the button. You know where the button is. You hit it.
Time to make the donuts.
Yeah, exactly. You get up, you go, you're walking, you go into the bath. So just the process of walking into the bathroom, turning on the sink, washing your face, whatever, all the stuff that you do, or maybe you brush your teeth first, or maybe you go into the kitchen, you make a pot of coffee or whatever. All these things, it's not. A lot of times, you're not even thinking about doing it.
It's not brain activity.
Yeah, it's just you're doing it because this is already in you. So my thinking is, you are using parts of your brain that basically just serve the function as to just keep you going. Keep you going from just the fact that you're breathing. You're breathing in and out. I mean, you think about it. Just think about that right now. You're breathing this in and out process of drawing air into your lungs and then exhaling. I'm going to freak a lot of people out now. just that thought, when you're lying down and you're breathing like that, and you're totally aware of it, and it's like, you know what I mean?
I do.
Yeah.
I
So
do.
all of a sudden now it's like
Your brain is doing that.
your brain is
for
doing
you.
that, but then when you're aware that you're doing it, it's like, oh my God, it's like, well, what if I forget? You know?
God forbid.
Yeah.
I don't want to forget breathing.
Right, but you understand what I'm talking about. So all these activities, all these things, breathing, your heart is beating on its own. You're not thinking about that at all. It's just kind of going, and your mind just goes at you're thinking about stuff when you're, getting your cup of coffee and things that you're not even, you may not even be thinking about. It's just in your head, So there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of brain activity, a lot of subconscious activity and stuff like that. So just all these little things, the miracle of walking and grabbing things and putting on clothes and stuff like that, you just don't think about it. But it's all a miracle. It's all a miracle, and it's amazing, and it's just one of those things. And that's why I don't think that we were put here. That we kind of just evolved into all this stuff, I think we were put here with a plan. That there was some plan to put us here to have us function and do something.
Well, it's really, and you always say, Brian, I don't believe in coincidence. In coincidences. There's no such thing.
No.
And a lot of our listeners really believe that as well.
Right.
And I do too. So when you go all over the world into ancient histories, native people here in North America, in South America, all over the world, okay?
Yep.
There's always a culture that believed that there were the star people, that there were these people who came from the sky, that they came down from the sky and they did this with us or to us or helped us.
Or they help us, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That kind of, and these are cultures that did not coincide.
No.
From all over the globe.
Right.
That where there was no, I guess cross-pollination of cultural product or cultural thought or what have you. That
Right.
every place on the planet has this ancient notion of the star people, the sky people that intervened or visited and communicated certain technologies and certain faith to us, etc. And I just think that's fascinating.
It is fascinating. The whole thing.
And we also have discussed several times, because we do talk about ghosts and apparition and spirits and things like that.
Yeah.
And we have asked the question in the past in other shows, is this time folding back upon us more than something ethereal just manifesting in the middle of a room?
Right.
Is it actually time and space folding back upon us?
That's a good question.
Because as I've often said, that love is the one thing that can transcend all time and space. And if there's this soul that was in a human form that loved this one place or this one person so very much that they will find a way to manipulate the fabric of time to come back and manifest, to reveal themselves and express in an expression of that love or that emotion, whatever it may be, hate. So then who's to say that the aliens or our future selves or our past selves aren't capable of doing the same thing?
Right. I don't know. Did I make this point before? Because now
I think that everything I just said was really scattered. Sorry.
No, I think it was good.
Oh, thanks.
But you got to correct me if I said this before.
Okay.
So I was trying to make a point before where I was saying something about, well, if there is a God, and I believe in God, right? I do believe
I do
in
too.
that. But if he created the universe and he created us and every little thing, everything that breathes and doesn't breathe, this planet, right? Okay. So the theory of somebody saying, well, aliens engineered us, right, and then put us on the planet. But the theory there is basically, well, God would have created the aliens too, right? So who created them? And that would be God, right? That would be the supreme intelligence.
Well,
of the
Billy
universe.
Carson, the author of Epic of Humanity and many other books, he said, I believe that the universe is God.
Yeah.
In its entirety.
Yeah, the intelligence. There are things that, and I actually have to look into this, and I'm sorry, but
it's a really big topic to.
It's a huge topic, and we're not going to be able to.
So many different
have
branches
all
of
the information.
multiple branches of thought, and
yeah. But there are things that happen where planets kind of shift or move, like in case of like something else coming in its path, right? Where planets shift, they move out of the way. And I've heard this, and I don't know if this is 100% true, but I'm gonna find out. But I heard that happens, that there is an intelligence to the universe, to the
planetary beings in their orbit. Fascinating.
Not the beings, the actual planets.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. So I'm going to do a little bit more research in that. We'll talk about that even further.
Ooh, I want to talk about that further.
Because that's kind of interesting. The one thing that I pointed out, I don't know if I pointed out on the show.
So planets are very polite.
Yeah. Well,
that's neat.
The thing is like, all these planets rotate, right? So the Earth is rotating on its axis, right? And then you have all these other planets are doing the same thing. The moon, which rotates around the Earth, right? It's only one side of the moon that actually faces us. Mm-hmm. So that does not rotate. Mm-hmm. That's always fixed. So anytime...
And it's the perfect size to occlude the light of the sun.
Right.
At certain moments, and it's a lot of very happy.
There's a lot
accidents.
of heavy stuff going on, and it's almost like what you were saying before about the rhythms of the time rhythms of the human body.
Yes,
when it goes into space and it matches up. This actually goes
and
with the
Mars
thing.
With Mars.
Us coming from Mars, it matches with the Mars.
It's amazing.
Yeah, and it's crazy stuff. Anyway,
it's a lot.
Yeah, we should. I think we should come back to this topic.
I think we need. This is a big
huge.
topic.
Yeah.
It excites me.
Yeah.
But I need to think about it more.
Yeah, I think so. It's a lot of information. So, what do you guys think? We'd like to hear what you think.
Please let us know what you think.
Comment on our Facebook page. Go to
Please do.
Back to Paranormal Podcast Facebook page, and subscribe there. Join the happy community of people that are listening to the show.
Yeah.
And make a comment about the episode. Because there's a lot of information. A lot of information that we don't know, and we're going to delve into, and then we'll revisit it maybe in like a month or so. Come back to this.
I do. I need to think. I need to.
Maybe we'll try to get an expert on and
more.
talk to them.
I would love that.
Yeah, we'll try that. All right.
I would love. And right now we got to get home because I made Boston baked beans and ribs, and there's cornbread waiting for you.
Oh no, you really made that?
I did.
Ooh, I've had that before, and it's really yummy. Anyway, we're giving away a mug, and it's an older mug. It's not that old, but basically the Back to Paranormal podcast mug. And if you just make a comment about the show, and
don't say it's like an older mug. Just it's our original logo.
Our original logo. We
Yes.
changed it. Yeah.
Okay.
So eventually we're gonna have new mugs with the logo on it, which will be pretty cool.
Yeah,
but
blue.
But if you want to win one of those, we have a little contest going on, and it's basically write a little review about the show. And Marjorie said you can make a horrible review. We just want to hear from you, see what you think. Try to be, try to be proactive. That's not the word I'm looking for. Try to be constructive in your review.
Thank you.
If it's something, I'd like to see him do more of this or whatever, that'd be great. And if you really love the show, just say so. and the best review, okay, will win one of these super deluxe Back to Paranormal original logo mugs.
Yeah, you can have your coffee. You can have your tea.
You can put your pencils in it.
Put pencils in it or pens.
You might be able to fit your phone in it. It could be a phone jockey or something.
Okay, I like that idea.
Or you put your breadsticks in it.
Breadsticks.
Yeah, it's a breadstick holder. Whatever you like it to be.
JJ Flats. I love those things. I'm hungry.
You're hungry. I'm hungry.
We got to go home for beans.
We do. Anyway, we have anything else to add? We have another show coming up next week.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
We do have another show for you next week.
We do. So you know what you have to do. You got to come back for that one later.
Tune in. And thanks for listening tonight.
Thanks for listening. And we'll see you all next time on another episode of
Back to Paranormal.
Good night, everybody. God bless you.